So I got bored, and I asked both YouTube and Discord to give me some Q&A questions. So without further ado, let's just get into them. The first question we have is from Spring8099. You really enjoyed Hollow Grove. Would I be up to playing more indie games, especially if they're queer games? Why, yes I would. In fact, I play a ton of indie games. Let me just take a look at my YouTube channel real quick to see all the different ones that I've played. So I have unlisted videos of Death Road to Canada that I took down just because they're not very good. My first published video that's still up is involving Celeste. I played Neat Girl Date Night, Order of Baphomet, Hollow Knight, Wobbly Life, Rodent Royale, Undertale Yellow. I did some Deltarune streams when Chapter 2 released. In Stars in Time, of course, Beloved Rapture, and even right now, I'm pretty sure that the background footage should be Atlyss, which is a game that I'm playing right now for a new video. Breadpoint364 asked, quick question, if you were to branch out of Miitopia challenges and speedruns and decided to make content on other games, what would you make content over or on? Like I said a second ago, I play a lot of different games, actually. It's just that YouTube only really pushes Miitopia stuff. Let's see, my last video was technically Minecraft Xbox 360, but I was just kind of talking about Yuri the entire time. And then again, Party on Hollow Grove, Beloved Rapture, In Stars in Time, that Megamind game which was really bad, more Minecraft, Undercards. But that Beyblade one in particular, where I turned chat into Beyblades and made a game out of it, that's the kind of stuff that is really fun to do. The kind of stuff that you'd expect from, I don't know, Dug Dug or Point Crow. That kind of stuff's really fun. But if I had to pick like one other game, I guess Pokemon. Not a specific Pokemon obviously, because no one does that. But yeah. Lucas Reevy 1465 asks, do I think that the tank is hot? No, next question. Now Roxas asks, favorite Pokemon? You're doing a living dex, if you can get it, you'll name it Crafter. Yeah, my favorite Pokemon's Blaziken. Don't know if you could tell. Wireless Playtoad 6831 asks, what do you think that the most fun job to play in the game is, Miitopia? Honestly, it's a hard pick because my favorite one is Mage, but the most fun one might be Scientist. So Scientist has more different uses, but all of its attacks are basically the same thing. Ivory Wizard asks, favorite In Stars in Time character? Also, if someone wanted to start modding In Stars in Time, what tips would you give them? As for my favorite character, it's between Siffrin and Loop, which, if you know, you know. And if you wanted to start modding the game, get RPG Maker MV. In all seriousness, I do not have RPG Maker MV, which is what In Stars in Time is made in, and it's capable of, like, reading all of the files in a very simple way. Since I don't have that, I instead have made a text document just listing out all of the little things that I find while searching through the files. So I'll just flash that up on screen for you. Ocardo asked, do I play D&D? If so, what is my favorite class? Oh, you are going to regret this one. Shadow Warlock Money Gang. We love casting spells. I love Warlocks, and also Infernal Sugar Daddies. Warlocks are very interesting though, in the fact that they are both a full caster, and only have like 4 spell slots at max level, I think. They have a special ability called like their Arcanum or something, I don't really remember, where it's basically a spell slot, but you can't like upcast with it, I think. And they also have invocations, which are really cool. But yeah, because they don't have very many spell slots, they're just known for using Eldritch Blast. I really like Dungeons & Dragons. I've only ever played the 5th edition, but the other editions are pretty interesting too. Charitable Wishes asks, what is my favorite Pokemon, if I play? If not, what's something that I like to do in my free time? Since I've already answered a Pokemon-related question, I like Beyblades. Arrow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells. Random Trio 770 asks, What's your favorite gender? Gotta be bunny girls. Shout out to the Therians. Lord Gardine asks, what is my favorite role in Miitopia? I don't know if you meant to ask this that way. I'm going to assume that you meant role as in a character. So in that case, probably the ex-Dark Lord. Econo Spaghetti asked, what Mii are you the most proud of, and why? The Mii that I'm most proud of is probably my Bridget Mii, because I haven't made very many Miis. Runner-up definitely goes to my Melodino surname Mii, though. Numerous Beast 12 asked, have I played Hollow Knight? Yes, I have played Hollow Knight. I have not beaten it, because I don't really care for it that much. I know it's a very popular game, but I just can't get behind the design philosophy. Luis Allen Waller asks, hello Crafter, do I consider myself a fan of Pizza Tower? I cannot say that I do because I have not played Pizza Tower. I also don't play 2D platformers, just usually. Is Pizza Tower the one that's like Wario Land? Or is that Anton Blast? Or are both of them like Wario Land? I don't know. Soul Melter EX asked, Dark Lord or Darker Lord? Which is hotter? Dark Lord, no further questioning on the subject. JoanQ4GB asked, when was the last time I sneezed? Probably like the day before yesterday. Pokebro60 asks, would I ever make a mod where you can have all the jobs in Greenhorn and also be able to select the same job every reset? You think it would be fair to keep the level resetting if I ever did this? Okay, so the thing about that, I don't know how to do it. It's possible to do it, because Kobasco has figured out a way to reset levels with code editing, but I don't know how to do the code editing. I'm sure I could figure it out if I tried to, but Pure Vanilla Cookie is me, in all caps, asked, what made you want to start your channel? Who inspires me? And what do I do in my free time? Okay, so what made me want to start my channel? Honestly, I have no idea. I've been interested in YouTube ever since YouTube was a thing. I might not have been an iPad kid, but I had a lot of access to technology. But I do remember when exactly I started my channel. You see, I started this Discord server that was exclusively egg emotes, because I wanted to make an egg emoji, except it was comprised of 25 different Discord emojis. So, you know, a 5x5, a really big egg. And then I started making more emojis around that. More people kept joining the server. And then I decided, while making some egg emotes, to start streaming. And that was my first ever stream on Twitch. And then eventually I started streaming games. And also, back in middle school, I used to do some video editing for my school's news broadcast thing. It was like just a small little school thing. And so I already knew how to edit videos and everything. I figured I might as well start doing that. Eventually I started to get to a Miitopia playthrough on Twitch, and then shortly after that, Miitopia for the Switch got announced, and yeah, my channel slowly grew over time because of that. Except not so slowly once I did Jobless. As for who inspires me, that is not a great question to answer, because I very much liked Minecraft as a kid, and YouTube. So a lot of the people who got me interested on YouTube thing were Minecraft YouTubers, and their reputations have, you know. But as for who has been, like, specifically inspiring my type of videos lately, when I started this channel, the person I was watching the most was Small Ant, and another YouTuber that I really like and take some inspiration from is Melodino Surname, and a lot of the people that she associates with, such as Rennie Ultrafox and Andy Alpaca. As for what I do in my free time, I like Beyblades. King Hehehe asked, if Train A leaves Station A moving at 40 miles per hour and Train B leaves Station B moving 60 miles per hour, which superpower do you think would be the coolest one to have? Okay, so, this is a completely busted power, but it's from this anime called Law of Ueki, where basically all of their powers activate when they like touch a certain thing, and they turn that thing into another thing. And the coolest power in that anime was the power to turn ideals into reality. So I'm pretty sure that he had to be touching something, and if he wanted a piece of paper that he was holding to be indestructible, it was indestructible. So that was a cool power. It's completely busted, but still. Fruity Foodie asked, have I played any other Mii games? And also, are Mii games a part of my childhood? So I have played a lot of Mii games. Every single Mii game that I have played, though, is on my YouTube channel. I've played Wii Music, Wii Play, Wii Sports, Switch Sports, technically, and of course, Miitopia and Tomodachi Collection. As for if they were a part of my childhood, the only game that I really played in my childhood was Wii Sports. But if you want to count, like, high school as childhood, I guess it's been like 7 years since when I first got Miitopia. As for all the other Mii games, I've just been playing them because I like Miis. Morgana Rosello asked, favorite song or songs? Okay. I have an entire playlist of my favorite music, so let's just take a look at that. Drop Pop Candy, the English cover by Jubyphonic. The Tokyo Ghoul Season 1 opening, which is a notoriously great opening. This is the English version because I like to listen to these while I work, and it's easier to listen to them if they're in English. Overlord Opening 1. This one is not in English, but there is a lot of English used in it. I have a lot of Set It Off songs in my playlist, such as Kill the Lights. I really like their music. Black Clover Opening 10, Black Catcher. That one's really good. This one's also in English. Overlord Ending 2, Hydra, in English. This Undertale parody, I have a few Undertale parodies in here. This is Determination, parody of Irresistible by DJ Smell. DJ Smell is the one who did the Sand Stronger Than You parody. I've got Feel Better by Penelope Scott. The Game of Life, also covered by Jubyphonic. My R, English cover by Anna Pantsu. I have Why Do I? Another Set It Off song, this specifically being the Hatsune Miku version. I Wanna Be a Girl by Mafu Mafu. I believe this one was called Kawaii Gomen. Rabbit Hole, covered by Will Stetson, as well as Mesmerizer, Goddish, Just Saying the Body's Honest, Lower One's Eyes. I have a lot of Will Stetson covers in here. And Rough for Clout by Jamie Page. These are kind of like all over the place. I just like the ones that sound good to me. The next question is by Jay Hawkins, MK7DS. What do I think is the hardest Miitopia challenge? Quite frankly, Miitopia Jobless. That's why I don't really do that many Miitopia challenges, and I kind of just do other dumb stuff. Because, like, I kind of did the hardest thing in the game already. Granted, a lot of it was grinding, but also, a lot of it was game knowledge because who else was going to think that this was possible? I am the only one who thought, hey, if you don't have a job and you have the lowest stats possible, would you be able to kill a goblin and get some goblin ham so that you can increase your attack? And the answer was yes, so I followed suit. Skymine asks, rock, paper, or scissors? Scissors. Temtem Timmy asked, how many hours do I have in Miitopia across both the 3DS and Switch titles? Okay, so that's like an impossible question to really answer because I have deleted my original 3DS save. Let's look at my main file for Miitopia Switch. I have 80 hours on there. Let's assume that I had 100 hours on 3DS. But then it's still kind of impossible to tell because all of the challenges I do are on emulator, and those definitely take up a majority of the time. Because Jobless took around somewhere in the 40 to 80 hour range to beat. I think that Horse Only took about 75% of the time as Jobless took, and then I've done like a few other things here and there. So it's at least a few hundred hours. Do I like any Mario games? I do like Mario Odyssey. I've done, I want to say, 2 videos using Mario Odyssey. Other Mario games that I like would definitely be Super Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. I guess also Mario Kart, yeah. As for 2D Mario games, I don't touch those very often. Ryan Markel, 1298, asked, do I think that the Switch 2 will have a Miitopia port? No. I don't really think that they will, because they've already remade Miitopia for the Switch. Not only was that, like, pretty recent, but also the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, so I don't really see the point. BBestGD asked, what is my favorite Miitopia grub? It would definitely have to be the 2-star slime jelly. It just looks so delicious. Like, I don't know, something that's like translucent and cyan is just so pretty, and the fact that it is Jell-O makes it seem very appetizing. Lily Makes Videos asks, how many hours have I played in Miitopia, and how much of that has been me making? I'm going to be so real. I've probably only spent like 3 hours tops making Miis in Miitopia Switch. I probably spent more time making the 3DS Miis, honestly. I think that the makeup system's really cool, and I think that it was definitely amazing for them to have added to Miitopia, but I just don't have the drive to use it. And here we're just going to move on to the few Discord Q&As. Obligatory, what's the deal with airline food? Asks Spirit Crab. The deal is that these prices are sky high. Bird asked, what is my favorite part about coding? My favorite part about coding is trying to figure out how to do something original. Obviously, like, someone else has probably done it before, but there's like a million different ways to do something, and you're not always going to be like knowing what someone else did to do this thing. More than just like making something that's original, making it yourself, like making it as your own original, like even if it's just a basic movement system, it's really satisfying to see that work and like figure it out yourself. Elsa asked, as an LGBTQ plus content creator, how has your experience been with people's responses to my identity? Does the positivity/affirmation outweigh the hate? Also, would you have any advice that you wish that you had known before starting in relation to creating videos in YouTube's often hostile environment to transgender people? Sorry if this question is waffling. Okay, so I'm going to be totally real. I don't often deal with hate. It's either because I'm so, like, outward with it, as in, like, my PNGs. It's pretty obvious if you know, but also, if you don't know, someone might just never be able to tell. There's a lot of people in the comments that do still use he, him, which, that's fine, I guess. I put she, any. It's kind of like a little skeet that I saw on Blue Sky. That's what you call them on there. They're called skeets. It was by Rennie Ultrafox, and it was about how the more you talk about this kind of stuff, the more you'll weed out bigotry. And yeah, I think that kind of works. But also at the same time, I never like formally said anything. I just kind of like started doing, you know? But I would say YouTube's definitely not great towards queer content creators, because like, it's either because people really only want me for Miitopia, or YouTube just absolutely refuses to show people my videos. Just look at the disparity between when I post Miitopia content and literally anything else. I don't know why more people don't see the videos, because the videos actually have the same click-through rates and like average watch time as the Miitopia videos do, which means people are enjoying them just as much as they enjoy the Miitopia stuff. But eventually, the impressions, which is when YouTube shows someone the video on their homepage, they eventually just like flat out plateau, unlike with the Miitopia videos where they're constantly being shown to new people. So yeah, that's like entirely YouTube just not liking me or something. The next question is from Cybernetic Space Rock. How toxic do you like your Yuri? This is a very much joke question, but like, there is depth to this answer. It depends on how good the chemistry is between them. Because like, I have been reading some real toxic ones. You would know that if you watched all the way through to the Yuri video, where people's lives get kinda messy. However, one example of toxic Yuri that I absolutely hate, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. You know, the Netflix show? That's not what people would think of when they hear toxic Yuri. But I absolutely hate Catra and Adora. I absolutely hate those two. Ramen Kirby asked, what is my favorite Kirby copy ability? It's definitely between Mirror and Yo-Yo. But it's probably Yo-Yo because Mirror barely had any moves, and Yo-Yo was just way too stylish. I also like the Yo-Yo helper, he's really cute. Frost125 asked, favorite song/artist? My favorite artist is probably the band Set It Off. Ditz asks, thoughts on the Switch 2? I don't really have that many thoughts on it. Yeah, it's the Switch 2. I think that the Joy-Cons are kinda ugly looking. But I am glad that Nintendo are, like, still doing the Switch thing, because the type of games that you can get for the Switch, and the type of games that they can make for it, they're going to be great. Especially if it's as powerful as, like, a PlayStation 4. That means that they can start making more console-oriented games again. Because, like, obviously they have plenty of console-oriented games for the Switch, but I don't know, some things I would say are more console-oriented. And these other few comments that I grabbed, these are just from random videos because I thought they would be funny to read out. Oh, that sucks. We're never going to make it to the hentai golf review. Miitopia, a game about visiting the world's best diners,
drive-ins, and dives,
in order to become strong enough to attack and dethrone God. Gotta love being unemployed. But yeah, that's all the questions and comments for now. So, thank you to everybody for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.